shows that women also bring other women down through abuse and violence, therefore limiting their rights to freedom in their life and workplace. In this example, the result of both women abusing each other was that none of them got promoted, while they had the right to because of their hard individual work. Also, we show that men also play a role in limiting women's freedom, as we see that the manager, who is a guy, promotes the guy who did not have the right to get promoted as much as the girls did, as he did not do any work.
Throughout our course, The Art of Nonfiction, we have read many articles that tackled many different global issues, but one article that has caught our attention, which was Cinderella Stepsisters by Toni Morrison. The article discusses the bigger theme of the movie, Cinderella, which is about women abusing other women as a result of class differences. In this video, we are going to be discussing an issue that is relevant today, which is women's rights, including women's freedom and how it is limited. We are going to be focusing on that by also focusing on women's social relationships, showing that women also hurt and abuse other women and how that limits women's rights. Our thesis statements is, women are limited in their rights, not only by men. Our first evidence supporting our thesis by showing how women also bring other women down and limit their rights is from Cinderella Stepsisters. Start quote. How crippling it must have been for those young girls to grow up with a mother, to watch and imitate that mother, enslaving another girl. End quote. Between quotations, Cinderella Stepsisters. This quote supports our argument that women also bring other women down, as we know that Cinderella was a maid working for her evil stepmom and stepsisters, and they treated her badly because of jealousy and the power that they had over Cinderella when no one was supporting her and on her side. This also shows how women could also be against the freedom of other women, and could be the reason that their rights are limited, like how Cinderella's stepmom treats Cinderella. We live in a cruel world where women are still being mistreated,
still being abused, still being assaulted,
still being discriminated,
still being raped and murdered,
still being told that they're not pretty enough, smart enough, not good enough.
We live in a world where women are still seen as inferior to men,
and still women continue to turn against one another.
As we scroll down through the comment section on women's posts, we see many negative comments left on their posts by other women and some men. We see women criticizing other women and trying to bring them down. Although women have the right to post freely whatever they wish, yet still they cannot do that without getting some sort of criticism from both genders. This relates to our thesis statement, in which we state how women and men both limit women's rights and bring them down. Quote, in simple and plain language, jealousy and the big fat ego. The reasons for bringing other women down can range from any stuff like she looks better than me in a photo to she should never have a better life than me or career than me. I think this jealousy is also contributed by the patriarchal system. I have seen many women bringing other women down just because of their looks, and this competition look-wise is something that is based on the aesthetic of a woman's body, which is framed by the patriarchal system. But I don't think this bringing down is just a gender-specific trait. Men and women does that a lot, but it's always the women's cat fights that brings attention, thus creating the illusion that women always fight with each other, again thanks to the patriarchal system. End quote. Aravind S.